guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a review on the new Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics highlighter line that came out. I went online the day of launch and I purchased one of everything. My wallet definitely does not thank me for that, but I hope that you guys do. I have no highlight on my skin right now. This is just everyday dew. And we are going to jump right into this review. But before we do that, if you guys have not subscribed to my channel, definitely smash that subscribe button. If you are new, we are always accepting new members. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. And let's just get into this review. So the first thing I want to show you guys, I kind of just want to show you what I got first, and then we can get into the review. So I bought the Jaclyn Hill, the Flash palette. This is in the lighter shade. I don't really know where it says it on there. The packaging, first off, is gorgeous. I mean, I really like it. It feels extremely heavy. It feels luxurious. It looks luxurious. I like it. It's pretty. It's got this like mirroredness on the back and the white on the front with the Jaclyn logo. You look inside and I almost died the day that I got this in the mail. All I wanted to do is so badly was swatch these shades because they look gorgeous, but I couldn't. I was like, save it for the review so you guys can have a first impression of what I thought of these. But they are gorgeous. This packaging is everything. This mirror is like a giant high quality mirror, which I'm kind of impressed with. And so this is the Flash palette. I know that this sold out extremely quickly. I mean, somebody said it sold out in the first 3 minutes. That's crazy. The next thing I purchased is this Jaclyn Hill loose highlighter in the shade Extra. This also sold out really quickly. This was the lightest shade, and I think this is probably what everyone gravitated towards, so I'm also really lucky that I got that. The packaging, again, is very cute. It looks very luxurious. I like that it has kind of the metallic or mirrored finish for the cap, and inside there's a sifter in here which I think will be easier to dispense the product. So that is the loose highlighter. The next thing that I purchased from Jaclyn Cosmetics was this is the luminous powder in Do Me. This is also the lightest shade. I tried to pick up everything in the lightest shade because if you guys can't tell, I am Casper the Friendly Ghost. In the wintertime, I don't really have a tan. I am whiter than white. This does look a little bit darker, and I'm not sure how that's gonna work. When I got it in the mail, I was like, whoa, why is it so yellow and why does it look so dark? That's supposed to be the lightest shade. I'm not sure if it's gonna come off as a little bit translucent. I'm hoping so. I probably did a disservice to myself because I didn't watch the Jaclyn Hill launch video, like the full one. I just really wasn't interested in hearing her babble on about it, so I was like, I'm just gonna buy them and try it. So I purchased the lightest shade, and we're gonna see if this is something that is gonna work for me because, like I said, it just looks a little dark and a little yellow in the packaging. The last things I purchased were the brushes. These were something I did not need. I have so many brushes back there. I don't need any more, but I was like, it won't be a full review unless I get them. So I purchased all 3 of the brushes. This big one right here is the J01. I don't really like brushes like these for highlighters. It's just really big, so I'm not sure that I'm really gonna like this for highlight. But the next 2 are definitely something I'm interested in. So this is the J02. This is the middle-sized brush. This is very small, very precise. I think it's just gonna get right on top of the cheekbone to apply the highlight perfectly. And the last one is the J03. This is a very small fan brush. I don't really like fan brushes. Do you guys? I've never really been the type to like fan brushes. And it also is like so small here that it just creates a line and it's not as blended out as I would like it to be. Let me know if you guys have the same problem with fan brushes or I just am nuts. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch all of the products for you guys on my arm like I always do. And then we'll get into the demo. So we're going to start by swatching the Flash palette. These are in the respective order that they are in the actual palette. Next, we are going to be swatching the loose highlighter. This is in the shade Do Me. This is probably my favorite. It's gorgeous. Look at that. It's blinding. Then we're going to be swatching the powder. Unfortunately, I don't really notice much of a difference when swatching this. I don't know if you guys can tell. So that's my thoughts on that. as you guys can tell from the swatches, I am most excited about the loose highlighter. I just think it showed up a lot better. It was really just a very blinding highlight. The palette was extremely nice. I just felt like I had to go over it and over it and over it a couple of times to get the swatch to, you know, come out where you guys could like see it. It doesn't help that I have all of these lights on me. It's very bright in the room that I film in, so it could be affecting the way that we see the highlighters. But let's do the real test and let's try it on our face. I only have 2 cheeks, so we are going to make this work to the best of our ability. I am going to go into the price of each item. I definitely skipped that in the beginning because I'm like so excited to try these highlighters that I didn't even think about telling you guys what they cost. This flash palette retails for $49, and that may be a hefty price for some of you guys. When you kind of do the math, isn't really that bad. I mean, a Becca highlighter just for one of them I think is like $38. The shadow sizes are pretty big, like the pan sizes in here are pretty big, so I think $50 is a fair price for the palette. So we're going to go ahead and swatch it. I'm going to use the J02 brush. I'm going to take it on the brush and let's just give this a whirl. Hello, Mars, can you see me? Because I barely touched my brush to my face. Like, that's nuts. I honestly didn't expect it to be that pigmented, but like a little bit with this product is going to go a long way, clearly, as you guys can see. I'm just going to try to blend it a little bit more because, I mean, I applied a lot because I wasn't really sure how these highlighters were going to work. I am shocked, to say the least. I mean, that's really good quality. I mean, the pigment on my arm didn't show up as well as it's on my face. It's very intense. It's very blinding. I don't think it's very glittery, so that's kind of nice. If you have any sort of texture, this is probably not going to be your favorite thing because I have noticed it's picking up a lot of my texture, which is normal though. Highlights are supposed to highlight what area of your face you apply them to, so I do have some texture, so we're going to ignore that. We're just going to focus on the fact that my cheek is beaming. And I'm pretty sure if you look on Google Maps, you can see it blinding from outer space. That's crazy. I think this brush did a very good job at applying the highlighter because that's what it's meant to do. It really just fits kind of right in this area of my face and we can blend the highlight out easier. So the next thing we're going to go into is the loose highlighter. I'm so excited to see how well this works. I'm just going to shake a little bit into the actual sifter because I don't want to use too much of this because the swatch already showed me that it's really going to be a blinding highlight. So let's test that theory. I am applying way too much product, so do not come for me in the comments. I clearly am applying too much. I honestly am using so little, and it's really just a very, very, very intense highlighter. So a little bit of this also is going to go a long, long way. I mean, you really have to be careful because you're going to look like the Tin Man. I mean, this side is definitely more intense than this side. I mean, this is still intense. I mean, this is like more than your everyday natural highlighter, but this over here, like, it's just that much more blinding. I mean, they are both really, really nice. They are both extremely, extremely intense highlighters. I mean, these are probably some of the best I've used, and I'm not using that lightly because if you guys could tell by my last video, which is my makeup collection and storage, if you haven't seen it, I'll link it up here. But I have a lot of highlighters. I have tested highlighters. I've tested and tested and tested. I mean, these ones are intense. The loose highlight on this side is definitely still picking up my texture, but this one over here seems a little bit more on the glittery side. And looking in here, there is definitely some glitter flecks, it looks like. I mean, they're very finely milled, if you guys can tell. You can't really see chunks of glitter on my face, but I definitely think that there are some. I know that I forgot to mention because I was extremely excited to put it on my face. This retails for $24. This is the cheapest one in the collection, and let me tell you, I don't even know why. As you guys can see from the side of my face. It is very intense. So if you guys are, you know, kind of on a budget and you really are looking for something from this collection, the loose highlighter is definitely going to be your way to go over the palette. Those two are the highlighting options for the collection, I think, at least. I'm definitely not going to highlight with the powder. I think of that more as like a setting powder, just giving you a little bit more of luminosity. So we are going to try that now. Moving on to the big jar, this is the loose powder. This retails for $32, which isn't that expensive when you think about it. If this sets my face, I mean, Laura Mercier I think is 40 something dollars, so this around the same price range, just a little bit cheaper. I definitely don't know that I'm going to be setting my face with this, just because I am slightly oily in my T-zones. I am going to try it out though on my face. I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill J01 brush just to apply it to a patch of my face. So I'm going to go in this section of my face and just kind of just apply it. It's really hard to say how well this works. I'm going to try it tomorrow for work, and hopefully my face doesn't look busted, but I'm going to try that tomorrow, and I will keep you guys updated on if I am obsessed with it, if I like it or dislike it. So keep an eye out for that. I also want to briefly talk about the brushes that come with this collection, and to let you guys know which ones you need and which ones you guys kind of can skip. I bought the brush trio, which was all of them, and that was for $54. That's a little bit expensive. I mean, I don't need brushes, so I'm kind of like kicking myself in the butt, but I really did want to give you guys a full, complete review of this collection, and the brushes were a part of it. So the first brush that we're going to talk about is the J03. This is the fan brush. I'm not really sure how much this retails for individually, but I will leave it on the screen for you guys to see. I am not really obsessed with fan brushes. I don't know how often I'm going to use this. I may use it if I want to highlight down the bridge of my nose, or if I want to highlight my chin, my cupid's bow, any area of my face that is slightly smaller that these bigger brushes won't be able to get into. The quality is still really good. I mean, the brush quality is, it feels kind of like a Morphe brush, and I don't want to say that because I don't want people to speculate that she like stole and took like Morphe brushes, but I don't really know. It's just kind of like what I thought of when I was using it. The next one is going to be the J02 brush. That is the brush that I applied both highlighters with. This is definitely my favorite of the collection. Definitely one that I would pick up because it's smaller. It definitely is a little bit more precise when applying your highlighter. The last and final brush that we're going to talk about is the J01. This is the big fluffy brush. I would assume this is what you would use for the powder, the luminous powder. I set my foundation with a sponge, so that's just how I do it. I think this would work really good if you kind of want to blot a little bit, like take the powder and just dust it in the areas where you want to set again, just trying to clear some of that shine out. So what are my final thoughts on this collection? I definitely think it's worth the money. There was not any issues with any of the products. I didn't find any hair. I didn't find any mold. I mean, the packaging is honestly beyond what I could have imagined. I mean, I definitely saw pictures, but when I got my hands on it, I was like, this feels heavy duty, this feels high quality, this feels luxurious. I in no way want you guys to think I'm ass kissing because I gave a positive review. I know that those are things that have been going around lately, is that if you give a positive review, you're ass kissing, and if you give a negative review, you're shitting on the brand. It's just like you can never really win. I want you guys to know I've always been 100% honest with you guys. Always. It is literally my duty to be honest with you guys about purchasing makeup. I mean, I spent $200 on this. This wasn't sent to me. And even if it was sent to me, that still wasn't going to affect the way this review was going. So that rant aside, don't forget to check out my last video. It'll be linked right here. Stay on my channel, have a couple laughs, learn a couple of makeup techniques, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye, guys.